Alright, today I loaded up a new save to talk about my biggest problem with Grounded 2 as a whole. But first, to preface this, I do urge you to remember that at a point in time, right before Grounded 2, actually as a lead-up event to it, I hosted a series called UnGrounded. It was a multiplayer server for many members to play Grounded all together and basically push the bounds of how many players Grounded 1 could hold. And while I didn't get the turnout I quite wanted, I always knew that it was a possibility that I could try again in Grounded 2. Try to get the UnGrounded experience, the same SMP server experience that I tried for in the first game. So, of course, I went through an entire month up to the 29th and the release of Grounded 2, playing on UnGrounded. Me and the few members that did join had a really fun time playing through the game. For some of us, one last time. And doing so in a server full of different people that some of us had never met before. So, of course, I wanted to do that again. And, well, of course, as you can see, I have a bit of graphics issues, especially when recording this game. I still wish to someday get a better PC so I can go ahead and record content for something like UnGrounded again in Grounded 2. Also known as UnGrounded 2. So, of course, I booted up the game for a first playthrough. Of course, not recorded, because look at the pixels and the shadow. This isn't exactly a recordable experience that's that enjoyable, and I do plan on changing that with the new PC I'm currently in the process of building. So, loading into my first game, I noticed something horrible. Whenever the quest first takes you into the game, it takes you to this rack of Omni-Tools. You're supposed to grab one. It's an entire part of progression. But I'm not sure if you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, I'm not exactly sure if that means that there are only 6 possible scabbies in the world, but it's an unfortunate possibility. And, well, I will need to wait until I can actually get a 7th person on, so each of us can take one, and we can see if somebody else can take the 7th. This might become maybe a roadblock for UnGrounded 2 to take place. Because if only 6 of us actually get an Omni-Tool, that's the rest of us who can't actually play the game as intended. And it's unfortunate, but it seems to be the reality we're living in, that either UnGrounded 2 will be limited to 6 people, which is fine, because that's the amount that 6 people... because 6 people is the amount that we ended up with at the end of UnGrounded 1. But at the same time, the entire point of UnGrounded 2 is to be bigger and better, just like the game itself. So, of course, I will be keeping my eye on the news about the Omni-Tools. I seem to be the only one talking about this. I seem to be the only one, frankly, who cares about it. But this is an actual issue for UnGrounded, and unfortunately, it may just be a tough reality that UnGrounded 2 either can't exceed 6 players, or only 6 players in the server will actually get access to an integral part of the game. So, I do hope you enjoyed watching this. UnGrounded 2 is still planned, though, so if you do have any interest in joining it, it's relatively open. There are applications in the Discord server in the description, so if you do want to apply to join, you can go ahead and do so. And, well, I do personally think the Omni-Tool might be a net positive for the game as a whole. It is unfortunate that UnGrounded itself has to suffer, and large servers do. So, with that, I thank you all for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, especially if you want to see content like a server that we will probably still be doing, even if a small one. And with that, this has been Wonder and Wisdom on Chaos Co., and I'll see you guys down in the comment section.